Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and you're seeing this right, we are playing Runic. Not just any Runic, we are playing Spellbook Runic. Now, I normally wouldn't play this type of deck, but I was challenged by a good friend of mine to basically play his favorite deck from way back when and update it for the modern metagame, and I chose to splash it with Runix, which is, well, at least according to my research, is one of the more common ways of updating spellbooks for the modern day and age. So we're gonna go over the card by card, especially on the spellbook part, and because like this is an archetype that has seen serious competitive play for years, and people try to revive it by doing something like this, but unfortunately it's simply not enough. So we're gonna go over the spellbook cards first, because I'm pretty sure if you played Master Duel for any period of time, you are very familiar with what Runic does. And if you're seeing all of the numbers here, you probably know why. So we're gonna start with Spellbook Magician of Prophecy here. This is the blue boy, as he is colloquially called. If he's normal summoned or flip face up, just add a spellbook. This isn't once per turn, so it's not if you somehow find a way to normal summon multiple times, he will search any spellbook spell card. And it's usually Spellbook of Secrets, which adds another spellbook card from deck to hand. You can only activate one per turn, but the normal play pattern here is to use either Spellbook of Secrets or Spellbook Magician of Prophecy here to search one or the other, and then you can use the other card to search any of the other spellbook cards here. First off, Spellbook of Knowledge. This is the draw card. Card draw, I mean, in this deck. Send a spellcaster monster you control or one other spellbook card in your hand or face up on the field, then them just draw two. You can only activate one per turn, but a lot of the cards in this deck are pretty goddamn powerful, and usually the draw two is more than enough. Although, one thing to note, this only checks spellcaster monsters you control, and that means they need to be on the field for them to be sent to the graveyard. Next, we have Spellbook of Fate. Honestly, this is the best removal spell the spellbooks have now, compared to the other spellbook stuff that they have. And this deck chews through its spells pretty goddamn quickly. It's like absolutely no trouble for you to reach the up to 3, so that you can go into the banish one card your opponent controls. And by the way, this does not none of these things target. And it just straight up does what it says on the tin, without targeting. So this makes Spellbook of Fate one of the more powerful pieces of removal this deck has. I mean, on top of everything else here. But the main star of the show, Spellbook of Judgment, fully at 3 here on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. This card was banned for the longest time because this card can draw 3 to 6 cards if you play it right, because this is usually activated at the start of your turn, and small note, it's a quick play spell, so it also triggers Runic Allure, because this triggers whenever a quick play spell is activated. So there's a small side note there, but then you will add spellbook spell cards from your deck to your hand up to the number of spell cards that were activated after this card's resolution. And then you special summon a spellcaster monster whose level is less or equal to the number of cards added to your hand by this effect. The reason why this thing is so powerful, because it checks any spell card that was activated, even your opponent's. That's how insanely powerful and busted this card is. And I've been playing this deck in the off cam, as so that I can get my reps in with this extremely competent control deck, as much as possible. And seeing this thing draw 6 cards is like it can even go higher than 6. The most I've gotten is 6, and the average is like around 4. But sometimes it's more than enough. And what you would usually do, after you've like gotten all of your cards, the one of fun of Jaugen the Spiritualist here. Yes, we are seeing him out of the prison cell here in the bookmark page. But he is a necessary evil as a way to fight through the bullshit that Yu-Gi-Oh is known for. So yeah, those are all of the spellbook cards, and those are the stuff that they do. And I would go over the runic stuff, but to explain the ratios, a lot of the basically all of the best runic cards have all been semi-limited. If it's semi-limited, then that means it's really good. You don't need any more explanation than that. Of note, you know what? We're gonna do this now. Because I've been meaning to do it ever since I've realized just how insanely busted where was it the runic destruction is. So yeah, we're actually just going to get rid of all of these because we don't really need them. um yeah, we're gonna rock it in 41 and see how that feels. Or, we could just go to 42, but Triple Tactics Talent is an extremely powerful card, and I would not have it any other way. Although, we could run 2 Dispelling instead. Although this card can be surprisingly bricky. But if there's one thing that's breaking than that, it's Smiting Storm. So yeah, we're gonna rock a 42 card build now, and yes, I did that edit live. So we're gonna sling some spells, Skyrim style, because that's exactly what this archetype is based off of. We'll see you guys in Duel. Well, with this kind of deck, it's essentially a control deck, and you would love to go first with this deck. Okay, this is a decent as opening hand, provided we can cast 3 other spells so that we can do our thing here. And what usually happens with this build of the deck is you would rather just just sling spells as much as possible. And in my practice games with this deck, usually activating only 1 judgment is more than enough. Um, Ooh, we are facing off against an OTK deck. Oh boy. So we are not gonna be in for a good time here unless we do something about that. They could potentially have a lot of kaijus. They could be special summoning a lot. We do have a max C, but they have a full grip. So we could potentially face off against a lot of opposition here. But usually starting with Hugin is it's usually the play. I have like a full 3 of like all of the good runic monsters, which is usually more than enough. Okay. Let's see if what it's gonna do here. Right, we're gonna get Runic Fountain. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to draw any cards at all from the runic stuff, but because we have activated 3 spell cards, which is the minimum that I wanted to happen, we're gonna be able to summon Jaugen, and hopefully that will slow our opponent down just enough here. Alright, we'll add 3 spell cards, so 1, 2, I guess 1 of each. Alright, cool. Alright, that's the minimum I wanted, and you'll be able to summon Jaugen. And we have max C to back it up. Alright, your move, opponent. Let's see you fight through this bullshit. Alright. This board, with all runic boards, they always look innocuous, but then you realize just how utterly busted Runic Fountain is. It allows you to play runic quick play spells from your hand, so you don't need to set anything up. This is a Sekka's light deck. Great, so we won't be seeing any other spells and traps from here on out, and they could potentially have a lava golem here to just get rid of everything, but Jaugen doesn't allow special summons in the first place. So let's see what they have here. Right, reveal a monster, draw 1 card. Sure, opponent, sure. You could do your thing. All right, revealing Gizmekorochi. Assuming you're gonna return that. Yeah, banish card, reveal it, shuffle it. Yep. All right. Orochi will not be able to do anything here anyway. So that's completely fine. Let's see what else my opponent's gonna do here, if anything. Or, he could just pass. Alright, using Fairy Tail Luna. Okay, sure, sure, sure. Maxi, I'm just realizing now, is actually a dead card. Okay, getting another Luna, sure. But that means if he uses Luna here to kill Jaugen, that's a combat phase that is not being spent to OTK me. But I do have a Maxi, so there's that. Okay, going to main phase 2. What else are you gonna do here, opponent? You have a grip full of cards. Let's see what you. Okay, he does have a kaiju. Sure, sure, sure. Hugin is out of the picture. That's completely fine. We're gonna activate Maxine now. This is an OTK deck, so but we did make them waste a combat phase. So let's see what else they're gonna do here. Of note, Gamseal is bigger than Luna, so I can use Gamseal to walk over Luna. And I believe, oh no, it's a quick effect. Right, okay, so he can recycle it, but if he chooses to do so, that's again, with OTK decks like this, you basically have to make them waste their combat phase as much as possible, so that they can't kill you, which is like the thing that you don't want to happen against an OTK deck. Okay, they are now under Max C. So let's see what else our opponent's doing here. I mean, they are thinking about it, because there's an active runic fountain, and I have a lot of life draws here. So yeah, okay, they're just gonna end it there. Alright, cool. Discarding Dimension Shifter because Maxi is already in the graveyard. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And also, Bigfoot. Okay. He's going to target Runic Fountain. Interesting. Alright, cool. That will allow me to walk on Luna, but let's see what our top deck holds. Alright, Flashing Fire. That is... Oh, excuse me. Okay, using that to return Gameciel. Yeah, no applicable cards into the graveyard. Sure, that's completely fine. Alright, we're gonna do our thing here. Okay, Spellbook of Secrets. Do you have an Ash Blossom opponent? Nope, you do not have an Ash Blossom. Right, we'll get the blue boy. Okay, and after that, we'll summon the blue boy. Okay, we will not get Spellbook of Judgment anymore because we quite literally have everything we need here. We're just going to use blue boy to get another Spellbook of Fate instead. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Just a little deck thinning here and there. Then we will use Spellbook of Knowledge. I'm just realizing we need blue boy on the field for our other spellbooks to take effect, so yeah. Oh, okay, sure. Change the face down defense position. I don't see why not. Oh my god. I did not want that. Great. I mean, it is a defense wall, so there's that. Okay. We'll set it defense, sure. Fate, we'll send... Oh, right, because it's on the field. Oh, can do that. Okay. Ooh. That actually worked out pretty well for us. We'll use this first. As much as I want to make them banish the top card of their deck, I think we're gonna get Jerry instead. Okay. We're gonna summon Jerry so that we can recover the runic fountain that was destroyed. Okay. And then we have shit for our opponent's turn. Ooh, using Gamma. It's unfortunate, but at least we have a triple tactics talent here. Right, cool. Right, did not expect Gamma here, but then again, this is an OTK deck, so they definitely have answers out of the wazoo. Okay, so use triple tack here. We will draw 2 cards. Do you have an Ash Blossom opponent? You do not. Okay. Draw 2. You still get there. Okay, we're gonna add a runic card. Since Jerry is already on the field. We're gonna add then. Okay. Okay, and we banish Alpha, the master of beasts. Okay, then we're gonna use flashing fire right now. Yes. We're gonna target a special summoned monster my opponent controls. We're gonna target Gamma. Then we're gonna draw our cards now rather than later. Okay. We're gonna return Runic Tip. We're gonna return Freezing Curse, and we'll return Flashing Fire. We can leave the two golden droplets because they're not necessary at the moment. Okay. And we even drew into Runic Allure. That is Gucci. And we'll set Spellbook of Fate. And then I think that was also like a blessing in disguise for us, because if Magician of Prophecy is flip face up, we search another spellbook. So that's something. Right. Jerry is protecting us here, and if he is destroyed by battle, we'll basically destroy a monster back. So let's see what our opponent's gonna do here. They have a grip full of cards, and I do know they have a Gamma. I do know they have a Gamma. We're not gonna allow them to draw a card here, or we should at least make them deck thin. Okay. Some decks, some builds don't run Golden Droplet at all. But I personally like it because it's a banish 4, and it's one of the bigger banish. It's one of the bigger banish cards in the deck anyway, so it's completely fine by me. Okay. Danger Thunderbird, do your thing. Runic Allure, do your thing. We'll not activate that one just yet. Okay. I think I'll do this now. We'll search a runic card. Okay, I think that will trigger Thunderbird now. No, not yet. Okay. We will search the negation. Yep. Okay, banish one, banish another one. Okay. And then banish another one. We'll draw our cards later. If they choose to do anything else here. Okay, banish another one. Alright, he is down to 11 cards in his deck. Oh my god. Is he not going to activate Thunderbird? Really? He's not going to activate it? You could target. Oh, because it only destroys set spell traps. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, giving me Gamma Seal. That's completely fine. He is not OTKing me just yet. Okay. We should turn this to on. Okay, that's 2 level 8s for the purposes of going to the Draglubion line. Okay, Fairy Tail Luna, that's completely fine. That one was normal summoned. If he's not going to search, then that means he already has everything he needs. He could go into Draglubion now, which is always a possibility, but let's see here. I mean, he does know that I have freezing curses, so let's see what he does here. He could hold back the Draglubion line for now because he knows I have a negate. And he could just swing with his board here, which is honestly a lot more damage compared to going to the riskier play of, okay, he's still going to go into, going to Dingirsu. He's going to make me waste it now. Alright. I see what you're trying to do here, opponent. I see what you're trying to do. Okay, forcing me to use this negation now. Okay, that's completely fine by me. And I'm assuming you're gonna use Luna. Okay, he's not gonna use Luna. Okay. The Girsu is negated. And Runic Allure and Runic Fountain. We're gonna return one of the golden droplets. Okay. Let's see what else my opponent's gonna have here. They are down to 8 cards in their deck, so we are in great shape. Okay, going into Orochi now. That is extremely risky because he no longer has any cards in his deck. So okay. A monster wasn't getting. He's just getting bodies on board now. I could force him to draw cards if we do draw it to the droplet. Oh my god. Or we could just destroy stuff. But let's see here. Alright, returning those. So we're gonna put droplet on top. Okay, we're still alive here. Because we're gonna we're gonna activate the spelling. We're gonna summon Jerry. Yeah, we're gonna summon Jerry here. as a way to block Gizmic Orochi here. Or you know, we could just ignore it entirely, and just destroy Orochi. Now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see here. They could have something here. Okay. So Jerry activate does his thing. We're gonna get Runic Fountain back to hand. Okay. Um. Okay. Jerry. Okay. Recycles that. Then Runic Allure doesn't banish anything because his deck is now empty. He could. No, no, no. He cannot kill me, no matter what he tries to do here. Okay, Pain Gainer. Sure, he's going to go into the spider line, which is okay. That's nice. Good for you, opponent. Good for you. Right, it's going to 7 sins. Sure, sure, sure. You do realize that you cannot use its effects because you basically used a free rank up. Okay, still going to drag Lubion. Oh my god. Okay, okay, still going to drag Lubion here. Sure. We will allow that summon. Okay. Going to that. Why can't I activate this? I don't know why. But okay, sure. It's not okay, it's enough because it's 20,000. I don't know why I can't activate here. Something is stopping me from activating cards and effects, but okay. Good on my opponent. Found a way, sure. We want the next duel. Going first, so that's always a good thing. And let's see what draws off the top bar. Ooh. Well, it's not too exciting. We can bait out our shit here. Oh, oh dear. Accept itself. Great. So we'll just do our thing here. We use flashing fire to summon the we'll use flashing fire to summon Hugin. And then after that, we'll discard the excess Spellbook of Knowledge so that we can get our play started here. Again, a lot of runic boards always look innocuous, but and then you remember that a lot of stuff activates in hand. So that's always something to keep in mind. Okay, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. You do have a draw to that's available to me, but we'll see what our opponent's gonna be up to first. Unless they destroy Runic Fountain, in which case I will be very, very sad. So let's see here. Alright, he does have a way. Great. Oh my god, so we're gonna activate this now. Oh my god, I did not expect that. So my opponent is very, very ready for the Runic matchup. So let's see what else they're gonna do here. Right, I'm just going straight into battle. Okay, sure. Hugin recycles herself, because that's how they do, and it's Mathmech. Okay. So they cannot fight, their current hand cannot fight through their chicanery. We're gonna use Blue Boy here. Search Spellbook of Secrets, and then Spellbook of Secrets will search another card. Let's see here. Alright. Usually it's another copy of Blue Boy, all things considered, but Spellbook of Fate is what we want here. After that, we're gonna use Freezing Curse to summon, fortunately, another Hugin, because our Runic Fountain was unfortunately banished. Okay, we will discard Spellbook of Fate, then we'll add the last copy of Runic Fountain to our hand. Runic Fountain, there we go. Then we will sacrifice Blue Boy for the greater good. Hopefully draw into... okay, we did draw into something, but I'm not happy about it. So yeah, though we do have another Max C, which is always nice. Let's see what our opponent tries to do here. Excuse me. Okay, circular. Okay, sure. What are you gonna send to the graveyard? Sending Sigma. Alright, we will Maxi. Look man, you can blame the shuffler all you want. That's what was given to me here. All right, he will at least give me a draw one here. All right, we draw into a Jaugen. Great. All right, just going straight into battle. That's completely fine by me. So you'll target a monster on the field. It will not be destroyed the first time. They are ready. They are freaking ready for the runic matchup. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. They have all cosmic cyclones. Who hurt you, opponent? Who hurt you? We're gonna banish the cards from their deck first. Okay. I'm gonna banish 2. Sure. Oh, okay, we got rid of their super factorial, which is always nice. Okay. And we'll use flashing fire to destroy circular. There we go. And yeah, that should be more than enough for my opponent. Okay. Then let's see what else they can do here. Runic destruction. Cool. We're gonna summon Jaugen. Then we're gonna use Public of Secrets to search for the Public of Fate. Okay. And then we're gonna should we banish it now? Nah, we'll save it for later. Okay. And I'm just realizing Runic Destruction is a very dead card in this matchup, but we'll see what our opponent presents to us here. He cannot special summon anyway, so let's see what else is gonna do here. Runic Destruction is like also, you know, of all of the arts of all of the runic spells, I like Destruction the most because it's just a guy with like power gloves. Alright, cool. Forcing my hand here. We will banish it. Oh my god. Okay. I will banish Nabla. There we go. Do you have anything else for me here, opponent? Do you have a normal summon? Nope, you do not. Alright, go. We cannot special summon anyway, so that's completely fine. Flashing fire is nice and all, but we need our opponent to do something here. So yeah, we'll just keep passing back and forth until our opponent does something. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind as well when you're playing spellbook, runic spellbooks. Jaugen is a non-bow, surprisingly, with all of the stuff that our opponent is doing, because he also stops your runic spells from doing their thing. But at least we made them waste a combat phase, which is very, very important for mathematics. And yes, that's a freaking circular. Great. Sending a diameter. Sure. Go do your thing, opponent. Go do your thing. I'm not going to do anything just yet. I am going to wait for him to do something bigger. Usually going to Alimbersion is usually the choke point for a lot of mathmech decks. Okay, going to Sigma, sure. That's completely fine. Sigma tuner, he is a tuner. All right, cool. We're gonna stop that. We're going to allow him to go into his Geomathmech final Sigma here. Okay. We're gonna draw 3 here because Runic Destruction is pretty dead since a lot of his stuff revolves around his monsters. Okay, that's those are pretty good. Okay. We're gonna use Runic Slumber just as a way to put cards in our graveyard here. And then okay, going into Alimbersion. Yep, that's exactly what I expected. And doing that. Okay, sure. Adding a Mathmech. Attaching that. Right. We're just gonna do this so that we can banish the top 3. Sure. We're gonna target Alimbersion because why not? Okay. And hopefully that will reduce his chance of him getting into something nice. Yes, he even has Nibiru. What the hell? This player was hurt very, very badly by meta decks. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, and we'll just allow our opponent to pop off here. So we'll see you guys at the beginning of my turn. Okay, we're back, and my opponent hard-made Laplacian. Okay, you guys have no idea how utterly hard my opponent worked just so that he can get levelation on field. Oh my god. Alright, because he simply sent Runic Fountain to the graveyard, we're just gonna summon Jerry here. Okay. We're gonna summon Jerry. Then we're gonna use Spellbook of Judgment because we can. Then we'll activate Runic Fountain. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have anything here. Okay. And then we will use Golden Droplet. Okay, you can draw one and then I'll banish top 4. Sure. Then we will quite literally refuel because you gave me that option. Okay. I'll put those 3 back and then we will draw into that one last. Okay, top 3. What do we get? Ooh, that's really interesting. We'll use Blue Boy. Blue Boy. We'll get Spellbook of Secrets. And okay. Spellbook of Secrets. We will search the last copy of Spellbook of Fate. And then I think we should just banish Splash Mage. But they do have 3 cards in hand. But I think just banishing Splash Mage is the way to go here. Because this Splash Mage simply represents way too much, and Laplation is usually an end board type boss monster. So there's that, right? We just skip our turn. Or rather, we just skip to the end phase. Right, this is literally the last card we have. The last spellbook we have in the deck. Oh my god. So everything else is in the deck is now either non-engine, or usually just Max C, or Ash Blossom, and then the rest are like Runic. Right. Surprisingly, if you like take away all of the non-runic stuff, runics are like just at least in the main deck, just solid 20 cards now. And there's nothing your opponent can do about it once you like quite literally start your loops. Like so. Once the loops begin, it's very hard to stop. Yeah. If my opponent has nothing from there. This is why I like this deck. I've grown to, I now have newfound respect for this deck. Assuming you don't run the stun variant, which was the most popular way to run Runic at the time, but doing it this way without using any stun cards at all, gameplay is surprisingly interesting. Yeah. Provided, of course, Jaugen aside, but otherwise, yeah. We take wins like this around these parts. We want the next duel. I don't quite remember who won the die roll because I was taking a drink of water. Okay, go. I am the one who's going first. This is a decent opening hand. We do have triple attack to counteract whatever it is my opponent's gonna try to do here. So let's see. Spellbook of Secrets. Do you have something for this opponent? Nope. Okay, we're gonna get the blue boy. Then after getting the blue boy, we'll get since we quite literally have a lot of redundancy here, I think we should just get judgment. Like this, it's never wrong to get judgment, but this isn't that kind of hand, unfortunately. But we'll do it nonetheless. Judgment. Do you have something for this opponent? Do you have something? I'll make your Pot of Greed spin like multiple times. There we go. Spin. Or the reason why it's taking him a while to do anything, it's because Maxi, sure, that's completely fine in my book. Because you activated the monster effect, you've basically given me leeway to draw 4 cards. Because of course I will draw cards rather than look at your hand. No, I'm greedy like that. You always have to make that sound effect whenever you play this deck, or rather whenever you play that card. Okay, we will send blue boy. Draw even more cards. I'll use freezing curse. Okay. We'll summon a runic. Okay. Summon Hugin. There we go. Uh-huh. And that's the one card you will draw this turn upon. You will not draw anything else. We will send Spellbook of Secrets because we don't need that. Okay, we'll get Runic Fountain. Then we'll play Runic Fountain. Okay. Then we'll set Spellbook of Fate because that is not necessary for this juncture. Then activate Runic Tip. We will add a Runic card. Okay, now this is like the deck performing at its absolute peak. Okay. Then we'll not draw cards just yet. Okay, Runic Allure. Okay, then we will cherry on top, Golden Droplet. You can draw one more card opponent on the house. Then Runic Allure. Okay, my opponent is playing Dogmatica. Cool. We'll return these three. Right, I didn't realize we use exactly three. That's very, very Gucci. It's very Gucci. Okay. Turn those three and we will order it like so. Droplet at the bottom and then Runic Tip at the top. There we go. Then banish one more card. I think I'd rather save that for my opponent's turn. Right, how many spell cards did we activate? Judgment. Activated 4. Alright, cool. Okay, so we draw 4, which is literally the last couple of cards in the deck, and yeah, that's the tip I'm going to, that's another tip that I'm going to give you guys here. Once you've run through at least one really good turn like that, the extra copies of Spellbook of Judgment is not gonna do you any good anymore. We'll literally just discard the two Spellbook of Knowledge because there's literally nothing else to draw to at this point, unless of course it's Spellbook of Secrets. Actually, yeah, Spellbook of Secrets is also discardable. Now that I'm thinking about it, shouldn't have done that, but yeah, I have no idea how my opponent's gonna crawl this. Assuming, of course, he doesn't remove the two monsters that I have here on field. But we shall see. We shall see. It's honestly like really fun if you don't play the stun variant of Runic. Basically just if you play this highly interactive version of Runic, it's honestly really fun. Just don't use any of the floodgates and you are in for a really different way of playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Because it's basically Runix basically asks the question: what if all of your what if all of your quick play spells are hand traps? But my opponent's gonna be deep in the tank for a while because Jaugen is on the field. So I mean, granted, a lot of normal summonable level 4 monsters can easily run over Jaugen, but that's a battle phase you are wasting. So there's that, and I have Spellbook of Fate to stop that from happening in the first place. Anyway, so let's see here. All right, cool. You cannot special summon anyway, opponent. All right, sure. Are you going to go into combat? My opponent was in the tank for a while, and I have. Next duel. One Daro, so let's see what kind of chicanery my opponent's gonna be up to. It's a 60 card deck. Great. Ooh, we do have triple attack. And then we also have a fountain. So, oh boy. We're gonna start with Spellbook of Secrets first. We're gonna maximize Spellbook of Judgment here. Alright, that's that, and then we're gonna get Blue Boy. Excuse me. And then Blue Boy. Gonna do that. Okay, we're gonna search Spellbook of Opponent. You have no idea what you just enabled here. I love it when plans like this come together. Alright, tactics. We're gonna draw 2 cards. And then, let's see what else we have here. Alright, okay, draw 2. Ooh, that is really interesting. We're gonna draw even more cards. But first we'll activate Runic Fountain. Do you have anything else upon it? Okay, no. Spellbook of Knowledge. Do you have something for this? I highly doubt you do, because you already used your Ash Blossom. Okay, draw 2. That is not what I wanted. We can use triple attack for later, so we'll summon this. Maxi, sure. Yeah, you can have your draw 1 and eat it. Actually, you can have your draw 1. I'm gonna filter it off the top. And this will also reveal whatever shenanigans my are up to here. Ooh, I saw another of darkness, so my opponent could literally be up to anything. And I don't need to activate Yugin's effect because I already have a runic fountain on board. I don't need to activate runic destruction anymore, so I'll just draw my 2 cards here. And we can chain block, considered. Do we? Or should we? No, I don't think we should. Okay. We'll return those 2 and we'll draw 2 more cards. So what's in our opponent's banish pile? Oh, it's 60 card branded. Interesting. Alright, we're not too hot against it right now. At the very least, Hugin is protection for our content. Then we have something to destroy a special summoned monster, and we also have something to destroy. We will destroy that. This is a recovery tool that Branded needed, and we cannot fight through it too easily if we let it stick on the board. So we will preemptively destroy it now. Okay. And what else did we banish? We summoned Kit. We banished Kit, and we also got rid of one of their Branded and Reds. So that's nice. Okay, he's going to fusion summon here. Let's see. Whatever he fusion summons into it better be really damn good. Alright, discarding Kit. Right, we will Maxi. Do you have an Ash Blossom, good sir? I assume you do. Oh, you have Called by the Grave instead. Cool. That is a quick play spell. Wish I had Runic Allure, but that card is very, very bricky. Especially if you don't have your chain of spells going. You'd rather do what I'm doing here. Keep your card count as low as possible so that you can get to your spells as quickly as possible. Okay, what are you going to fusion summon into, opponent? Let's see. He could, using Hugin. Okay, I'm going into Albion, sure. Basically just doing the step ladder thing, right? We will destroy. We're not gonna summon just yet. This will still, I'm not quite sure if this will still resolve. Okay, we banished something off the top, sure. Earth Dragon Magic, okay. I think this will just force him to use the cards he has in hand, if I'm reading this correctly. Using hand, field, or graveyard. Alright, cool. So he still manages to push through. But I think this is just one less body that he can't use. Or I could just be, okay, he's banishing, sure. Mirror Jade. Okay, that's fine. Because Mirror Jade only banishes monsters on the field. Let's see. Okay, we will draw 2. Ooh, another runic destruction. Not exactly what we needed, but we could potentially die here. Oh my god. Okay. This is only like 5,000 damage. He does have 1 card in hand, so let's see what else our opponent could be on. Okay. So swinging in for 5k, it hurts, but we're not dead. So there's that. Okay. We did do too well there. We did surprisingly well there, all things considered. But he only has a monster banish, so we have to contend with that. Of note, we do have 3 cards for our Spellbook of Fate, but we need a spellcaster first. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to do this in a very roundabout way. Okay. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get the blue boy. Spellbook of Fate is at least a quick play spell, so that's something to keep in mind. And this might force my opponent to use. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this now then. We're gonna banish Mirror Jade so that it will not be too much of a problem to us moving forward. And at the very least, it prompts him to allows me to use triple attack here. Okay. Does it destroy all cards or it only destroys all monsters? Okay, it only destroys monsters. Okay. We're gonna. No, we're gonna hold back a bit. Okay. Spellbook of Fate. Yep, that still pushes through because it already saw something trigger, or rather, it already saw a spellcaster on the field. So there's that. Okay. Then. Okay. Mirror Jade. Yep. Banish during the end phase. Sure. That's completely fine by me. We're gonna use Judgment. Okay. And then we're gonna use Triple Attack. Okay. Triple Attack. We're gonna draw 2 cards. Okay. And then. Okay. Draw 2. Okay. This is not worth it at the moment. Actually, no. This is worth it. Because it will protect whatever runic we summon. Okay. From Mirror Jade's effect. Okay. We will. Do we have? Yeah, we don't have much there. So we're gonna get Hugin. We will not activate her effect. How many runic spells we have in the graveyard? None just yet. All right. Once per turn when you activate. Okay. We will not activate any of them just yet. We're gonna activate this. Spell speed 1. So we will do that. We'll apply it on Hugin. There we go. And now we draw our cards. Excuse me. So there's that. Now Hugin is semi-protected from Mirror Jade's destruction effect. Ooh, we even drew into Runic Allure. Okay, that's completely fine. Okay, now we can even banish more cards. Now we can banish even more cards from my opponent's deck. Okay, then Spellbook of Knowledge. We won't. I'm not quite sure if we'll need Spellbook of Fate. Okay, we still we throw another one. Great. And then how many cards? Spellbook of Judgment. Oh, just 2. Man, I expected more, but we at least get a body for Spellbook of Fate to trigger. So there's that. Oh no, it won't because Mirror Jade is going to destroy my board. Excuse me. But at least Hugin is protected from destruction for the turn. So there's that. And yeah, we won't be able to draw cards, unfortunately, because we did not draw into any of our runics. So yeah. But we're not dead. We're not dead, but we still have a lot of our opponent's deck to chew through. So yeah, my opponent's gonna be fighting an uphill battle here because a lot of his stuff has been banished. So yeah, I'll just see you guys at the next intro. Okay, small update here. My opponent activated a monster effect during my turn. So now that we are pretty far ahead, I am going to use the effect here where I get to look at their hand and try and get rid of something there. Oh, and yeah, you have to do that every time you activate triple attack. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. Now we will destroy we'll destroy Pizza Hut here, and hopefully we'll banish Duper. No, we did not. Great. Hopefully Runic Allure gets it. Nope, it's not even. Okay. Let's see what else is gonna happen here. All right. Saronir, sure. What are you gonna banish? I'm assuming. Okay, from their own graveyard, sure. Summoning Saronir. Okay. Just Saronir. Great. Okay. As if that's going to help, but we did pretty damn good there. Unless my opponent, okay, brand new opening, sure. We will activate Ironic Destruction because we can. Okay, we will destroy this, I know it shouldn't work that way, but it's face up on the field. So yeah, we will banish a total of, I don't know, 10 cards. What's deck now? Oh my god, this deck. Again, if you don't run the floodgates, this deck is actually really fun. It's basically the closest thing to Yu-Gi-Oh is gonna get to Magic the Gathering. We've managed to banish like a large glut of their deck at this point. So I have no idea if my opponent still even has like searchable targets. Okay, I still was not able to banish a looper there, but because they activated a quick play, that also triggers a Runic Allure. For honestly, I keep saying, and I will never stop repeating it. Runic Allure, as good as a card is, it's really bricky. You only really need like one or two of it, or hell, even at all. But it does expedite a lot of the milling process that this deck loves to do. So having the one copy is usually more than enough. But for now, let's see if we can still fight through all of this. I'm assuming we can. Okay, 5 and then 4. All right. These two cards will be like the last bits that the last vestiges of hope that my opponent's going to have. So we'll destroy a Luber here. Okay, sure. Fusion summon, that's completely fine. We're gonna use Runic Slumber as well. We're gonna protect Hugin for a turn, and we will. This is literally like the last of my opponent's deck. Oh my god. Yeah, without the floodgates, this deck, again, I will never stop repeating it. Without the floodgates, this deck's really fun. So, yeah, I am not quite sure if my opponent can even win from here, but I've been surprised before. So, let's just see where this goes from here. We'll see you guys either at the next interesting point, or if somehow my opponent manages to kill me. Okay, my opponent managed to beat me. Masquerade the Blazing Dragon was the death of me. Wow. So my opponent's attack in one of the earlier turns was basically more than enough to push me over the edge here. I'm just realizing now. I just realized as they were going through the line that Runic Allure is mandatory. So I was burned for 1,200, and it was more than enough to basically allow my opponent to do their chicanery and beat me to the ground with their deck. So yeah, that was pretty goddamn well fought, and I'm honestly glad. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch it on camera, but you can see what happened to the chains right here. And also, Despia was banished at some point, and that allowed him to bring back Mirror Jade because so that he can cleanly answer Hugin. Because she cannot be destroyed, but she is not immune to targeting. So yeah, Mirror Jade was the one who basically helped finish the job. So we'll see you guys at the end screen. Okay, we're here at the end screen, and yeah, adding triple tactics talent proved its worth. As okay, as powerful as this deck is, honestly, I would not recommend this deck at all. Because the spellbook engine, as powerful as it is, you guys saw in one of the duels that it managed to make me draw like an insane amount of cards, 3 to 4 on average, and again, off cam the most I've done is 6, but it's way too swingy and way too vulnerable for what YuGiOh is capable of doing these days. In fact, I have another deck in the works, which is Naturia Runic, which is one of the more meta builds of this deck, and it's also like relatively cheap because the most expensive card in the deck is just Naturia Mole. Because it's just summons 2 Naturia from the deck, and it's also very budget friendly, so you don't need to worry too much about spending too many gems, and you can also just buy the spellbook stuff like from the structure deck, similar to excuse me, what I did for Black Wings. The spellbook stuff can just be purchased via the unstructured deck. So you can't unfortunately refund the UR points, unfortunately, but the amount of value that you get out of the deck, especially from Blue Boy and Spellbook of Secrets and Knowledge alone, basically the four main cards um of the spellbook deck nowadays, the amount of value that is in the structure deck cannot be understated. But for the runic part, it performed about as well as I hoped. Again, you could be mean and just run the floodgate version, but that's not fun to watch at all. Just watching your opponent crawl on the ground while they try to beat you, and you slowly mill them out to death using the various runic cards. That's not fun in my book. I prefer something more interesting like this, or if you want to be pedantic about it, I prefer to be interactive with decks like this rather than seeing them slow all the way down. So if you like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.